Good morning, everybody. I hope you're all doing great today. So it's currently Saturday morning, 8:20. We have an hour and a half drive. So what we're doing today is, this lady, actually, she's a viewer of my channel. She found me. She just said she couldn't find anybody that she could trust or that's reliable enough, and she sent me an email. I called her. I said, you know what? I'm just gonna come on out. I'm just gonna do it, and I'm gonna come help you. She has a Ford F-150, and it's having some trouble starting. It sounds like it's has a starting issue, but it also sounds like it has another type of issue. So we're gonna see. She seems to be really nice and polite, and she wants some good help. So I'm driving up there, and I'm gonna see what I can do. So I'm pretty excited. I like meeting new people and going on journeys. And let me tell you what, since I've been here in Central Florida, being a mobile mechanic, I have been on some freaking journeys, man. I love driving around. It's awesome. I get to see all sorts of cool, interesting stuff every day. So I really like it. But anyways, I will catch you when we get there. All right, we have arrived. There's the truck. Good old Ford F-150. All right, so this is the Ford F-150 here. So basically, let's jump in here, and I'll show you what it's doing. So, if you get in, and you try to start it. Oh, it starts now. I tried it a second ago, and it just cranks over, which is kind of weird. But what I did was I checked the fuel pressure regulator to see if anything was leaking out of the vacuum hose from it, or if you could smell gas. Because it's weird. This problem is intermittent. It'll just turn over and crank, or it won't. And I can hear the fuel pump working. So I was just kind of guessing the fuel pressure regulator, but we'll see. Let's plug the sucker in and see if we can get any codes coming out of it. So 0 codes. I'm gonna see if we can monitor the fuel pressure here. And we have a couple of things. Live data. You can usually see quite a bit. So I'm gonna start it up, and let's see if we can monitor some readings here. All right, let's see if it does it now. So there it goes. Hard start. Stalled out. Gave it gas, and it started. So we're gonna have to figure out why. And now, a second later, starts up normal. So I'm gonna have to check the fuel pressure and see if everything's holding like it's supposed to. Alright, so it's getting plenty of fuel. The fuel pressure regulator seems to be working just how it's supposed to. When it runs fine. Actually, after I took it on the drive, I haven't been able to get it to recreate the problem, which is, the hard start, or it seems to like stumble a little bit when you try to start it, only, like 10% of the time. So I'm gonna check the camshaft and crankshaft sensors. A lot of people have said that, especially the crankshaft sensor, it's basically under that AC compressor, and it gets all oily and greasy and dirty, and it causes it to basically not read as good as it can all the time. So I'm just gonna go ahead and check it, test it, see what I can figure out. I'm gonna take out this camshaft sensor here in the front too, which is located right there. And we're just gonna check them. I'm gonna see what they look like, and then we're gonna go from there. I'm still not getting any codes. All of the readings are looking really good on the scanner, so I'm just gonna have to do some some diagnosing and some testing. Also, one thing I found when I took off that cover, completely loose. So, you know, that's that needs to be tightened up for sure. Look at that. Just pull it right off. That's not good. But anyways, I'm just gonna pull it off because I'm already here. And I just want to get to this sensor down here. Just wanna check it out. So, okay. I got the battery terminal unhooked. This also was pretty loose here too. Basically. Okay, it's just an 8mm bolt. I'm just gonna wipe it off with a shop towel and just pop it back in, but I just want to cover all my bases. I'm just gonna pop this sucker back in. May have been a waste of time looking at it, but I mean it's just located right there. Why not, right? I know it's not the issue, but this bottom one though, I'm thinking if anything, it could be that crankshaft position sensor, because if that isn't getting a good reading, it's not gonna let those injectors fire. So I'm just curious, so I'm gonna put this back in and then I'm gonna just try to start it, see what it does. Alright, now let's move on to the crankshaft sensor. Alright, so as you can see, I'm under this truck. Here's the AC compressor. Here's the crankshaft sensor. So what we're going to do is I'm just going to check it out. I'm going to take it off, clean the connection. Look at that dirt. Golly. Boy, I heard that grime hit the ground for sure. So yeah, I'm just gonna take this out, spray some good old electrical cleaner on it, and yeah, I really want to take it out, honestly. So that's my goal. But for now, there's that. I'm gonna look at the connection side of it and see if anything looks corroded or dirty. Check it out. My first workplace injury. Yay. Just what I wanted. Alright. Anyways, I'm trying not to let it bother me. So we're gonna have to remove this belt if we want to get this sensor out of here. So that's what I'm gonna have to do now. Wow, she's got quite a big leak under here on this power steering. Definitely gonna have to let her know about that. Jeez Louise. Alright, my face was bleeding like crazy. I couldn't get it to stop, so I had to take a break and stop the bleeding. But anyways, so I got that 10. I got that 10 and this 10. And so what I'm gonna do is I'm going to get this sensor out, and you know, between it gets a lot of crud and buildup like I'm seeing, and it basically doesn't sit in the right position, and the inside of the plug is kind of wet. So I'm just gonna clean it up, and we're gonna see what happens. Here it is, the original. So I'm gonna clean this sucker up, find the values, test it, and then I don't know, maybe I might just go ahead and replace it, because it is an original Ford one, so who knows. All right, so what I've done basically, I got up in there, I cleaned that surface to make sure that this sensor sits nice and flat where it's supposed to. We're gonna put her back in and see what happens. Okay, so what I used to tighten up or loosen the crankshaft sensor bolt was an 8mm ratcheting wrench, and you know, the regular side too. And then for the bolts for the AC compressor, I also used a ratcheting wrench like this. I basically had to use it both ways for different positions, so that I believe is easiest when you're doing it down below like this. What a pain in the butt. I've been on my back for like an hour or more here. Oh my god, this is not fun. I can tell you that right now. Sure missed having those lifts, boy. That was you don't know what you got till it's gone. But it's all part of the process. One day, right? Look at that. Some hard work right there. All right, so I got everything on. Oh, I gotta hook up the battery. So I guess we're gonna start it. I told her, you know, I guess maybe I'll know right away if it's intermittently starting or if it's starting fine when I, you know, try it. And then right before I leave, she's gonna have to basically keep me updated and let me know if it does it in the morning or if it doesn't do it or when. But it seems to be random, but it does seem to happen often. So I don't know, it's kind of confusing. So anyways, start it right up. All right, down off the ramps. Hopefully I didn't run over one of my tools. Okay, let's try it a couple times. Key out. One more time. Huh. I don't know, seems normal as of now. Well, so far it seems to be starting and running pretty nicely. Not saying what I did fixed it, but because it is an intermittent issue, but it seems all right. So what we're gonna have to do is we're gonna have to just leave here and stay in touch with her and see how the problem, whether it comes back or not. So I'll touch base with her tomorrow and the next day, and she'll keep me updated. So I guess that's basically where we're at. Okay, so this is the message I sent her a week later. I always check in with my customers. A lot of my big jobs are harder jobs. Simple things, you know, I don't always, but I try to as much as I can when I remember. And this was her response. You know, this is what the goal is here. This is what we want. We want great outcomes. That's what we strive for here. All right, so I'm out of there. I'm on my way home. As you can see, I knocked the absolute hell out of myself. I had to stop there because it was like gushing blood out, and it gave me the worst headache. I was like, I had to take a break, but it was good. The lady was nice. She found me on YouTube, and she just reached out, and I was like, yeah, I'll help out, you know. So yeah, I drove up there, and it seems to be working. I took out that crankshaft position sensor. The metal, the end where all the magnet is, there was a ton of crud and dirt, and over 20 years of, you know, just abuse. So I don't know, I checked it out. It still worked, obviously, because the car was starting up. Like I said, it was just an intermittent issue. So I did a bunch of research because, you know, I'm not going to pretend like I'm God's gift to mechanics. Like, I don't know everything. And the way I learn is, you know, I know a lot of stuff, but I also learn as I go. And when I don't know something, I research it and look it up. And I mean, when you're a mechanic and you want to learn, it's all universal. So it's like when you figure something out, from that point on, it's like, you know what to do next, the next time, you know. So that's basically, you know, how I do stuff. And I just looked it up. I looked up a bunch of causes and issues, and I checked everything. The fuel system was working good. You know, I did a fuel pressure test, which I did not put in the video, so that I apologize for. I also checked the fuel pressure regulator. Everything seemed good with that. It was, you know, the fuel pump was cranking on every time. It just had that hard start. So it seemed like something wasn't failing. It just seemed like something was being prohibited a little bit sometimes, obviously intermittently. So yeah, she's gonna let me know, keep me updated. She's gonna text me, and we'll see how it goes. But I got a story for you. So I was almost home, and I was pulling in to get coffee, and this guy is blocking the roadway, and I was like, ooh, yeah, this is perfect, because like I always look for people on the side of the road because I just want to help people. You know, like if someone has a flat tire, I just want to come up with my jack and my Milwaukee Impact and just zip it off and do it in like 2 seconds. So I finally got the chance to do that today. The guy and his girl were literally blocking the road, and they said they couldn't move the car, so I pulled out my jack really quick, pulled out my Impact, I zipped that sucker off, put on the spare, and then I had them pull in the gas station, and I checked all their tire pressures, I torqued everything down. What else did I do? Well, yeah, and I gave them, they asked for my info to give me a review. I didn't charge them, obviously, because I'm not going to charge somebody if I offer my help. But yeah, it was really cool. I saw a couple other people on the highway that I wanted to help, but they were like on the other side. They were changing a flat tire, but I don't know. I just, it's just a way to like get your name out there. Like those people, they took my number and their son needs help and blah, blah, blah. So yeah, you never know what one thing could lead to. But anyways, yeah, I guess that's all I got for you guys today. So anyways, I hope you enjoyed this video. I will see you in the next one. Peace.